There was a time when the front porch was more than just part of a house. It was the stage of everyday life. Neighbors strolled by, kids played in the yard, and folks waved from their chairs without ever needing a phone or a screen. The porch was where news was shared, lemonade was poured, and summer evenings seemed to last forever. Today, we're looking back at 15 front porch features that define small-town America, the little things that made porches feel like the heart of the neighborhood. 1. The porch swing. Nothing says, "Welcome home," like a wooden porch swing, gently creaking in rhythm with the breeze. Swings became popular in the late 1800s, often built right into the beams of the house. Couples courted on them, kids fought for their turn, and more than one grandparent napped there on a hot afternoon. Over time, air conditioning and backyard patios took the spotlight, but for many, that simple swing still holds the sound of summer nights. 2. Rocking chairs. The rocking chair was the throne of the American porch. Made of sturdy oak or cane, it carried stories as much as it carried people. Rockers soothed fussy babies, kept watch over the neighborhood, and helped folks unwind after a long day's work. When TV took entertainment indoors, many rockers gathered dust. But for those who remember, the steady back and forth feels like home itself. 3. Gliders. Gliders were the modern cousin of the rocking chair. Introduced in the early 20th century, they moved smoothly without ever leaving the ground, perfect for smaller porches. Metal gliders, often painted in cheerful colors, became especially popular after World War II. They faded when new furniture styles came in, but they remain a beloved treasure at flea markets and antique shops. 4. Screen doors that slammed. If you grew up in a small town, you can still hear that sound, the snap of the spring and the bang of the wooden screen door. These doors kept bugs out and let the breeze in, but they also marked the rhythm of daily life, kids running in for water, mothers calling them back out. As air conditioning and sealed doors became the norm, that slap of the screen door slowly disappeared. Yet, in memory, it still echoes. 5. The milk box. Long before grocery stores stayed open late, the milkman delivered bottles right to your porch. A small metal box, usually tucked in a corner, kept the milk safe until morning. Children loved peeking inside, hoping for cream on top or maybe chocolate milk on Fridays. When home delivery faded in the 1960s, so did the milk box. Today, they're a rare reminder of a slower, simpler rhythm. 6. Pitchers of lemonade. Summer porches often came with the clink of ice against a glass pitcher. Lemonade wasn't just a drink, it was an invitation. Families mixed it fresh and poured it into tall, sweating glasses for anyone who stopped by. Over time, drive-through drinks and bottled sodas took over, and the ritual faded. But a cool pitcher on a hot porch still feels like the very taste of small-town hospitality. 7. Hanging ferns and flower baskets. A front porch wasn't complete without a splash of green. Hanging ferns and baskets of petunias framed the entrance, giving homes a lived-in, welcoming touch. Tending them became a daily ritual, often shared across fences with neighbors trading tips. Over time, busier lifestyles and less outdoor living made these traditions harder to keep. Still, whenever we see a porch dripping with flowers, it feels like stepping back in time. 8. Wicker furniture. Before sleek patio sets, wicker was king. White wicker chairs and tables gave porches a breezy, summertime feel. Families sat around them for iced tea or card games, and their creaky frames became part of the soundtrack. Wicker needed constant care, though, and plastic furniture eventually pushed it aside. But old photographs remind us just how charming wicker could be. 9. Neighborhood chats. The porch wasn't just furniture and flowers, it was community. Neighbors stopped by unannounced, leaning on the rail to swap stories. Politics, weather, baseball scores, it all unfolded right there in the open air. With fewer sidewalks and more backyard decks, these front porch conversations began to fade. But the memory of a porch filled with laughter reminds us what it meant to truly know your neighbors. 10. Ceiling fans and painted haint blue. In the South, porches often had ceiling fans to chase away the sticky heat. Many were painted haint blue, a sky-colored shade believed to keep away insects and spirits. It was practical and a little superstitious, passed down through generations. As central air took over, porch fans slowed to a stop, and the paint faded. But the charm of a soft blue ceiling still lingers on historic homes. 11. Porch lights that stayed on. The glow of a porch light once carried meaning. It meant visitors were welcome, family was safe inside, and the night was watched over. Some families even left the light on for loved ones returning late. As garage doors and security systems replaced old habits, the humble porch light lost some of its poetry. Still, many of us can't help flipping it on when waiting for someone dear. 12. Sturdy porch columns. Tall white columns weren't just decoration, they were symbols of strength and hospitality. Inspired by classical design, they framed the home like open arms. Kids played hide-and-seek around them, and holiday wreaths often hung from their sides. As modern houses leaned toward simpler designs, big columns became less common. But they still remind us of a time when houses were built to welcome. 13. Welcome mats. A simple mat at the front door carried a big message: come on in. Some mats were plain, others bore cheerful greetings, and a few were just well-worn rugs that had seen decades of muddy boots. It was the first thing a guest saw, and the last thing they stepped on when leaving. Today, doormats are more decorative than practical, but they still echo that old invitation to friendship. 14. The porch rail lean. Sometimes you didn't need a chair at all, you just leaned against the rail. Teens lingered there, trading secrets. Fathers leaned there, surveying the yard. Even travelers rested there while saying their goodbyes. As porches grew smaller or disappeared altogether, so did that casual stance. But if you find yourself leaning on a rail, you'll know you're part of an old tradition. 15. 4th of July flags and holiday decor. Porches also became the stage for America's celebrations. Flags draped across the rail on the 4th of July, pumpkins lined the steps in October, and evergreen wreaths welcomed Christmas visitors. Decorating the porch was a family affair, a way to share pride and joy with the whole street. In time, indoor decorations and backyard parties became more common. But a decorated porch still speaks of tradition, community, and shared spirit. The American front porch was never just wood and nails. It was a gathering place, a storyteller, a stage for life's small but important moments. Today, many porches sit empty, but the memories remain: warm evenings, swinging chairs, and voices carrying across the street. Which of these porch features do you remember most? Share your stories in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more journeys back through time. Because sometimes, the past is only a porch away.